Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to learn about a famous short story called The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin. So Ken Liu is a Chinese-American writer. He is known for his famous works in the field of science, fantasy, right? And he has a background in computer science and law. He writes generally about some of the common themes like cultural identity, immigration, and the intersection of technology and humanity. This story, The Paper Menagerie, is one of his richest and famous short stories, which has won the Hugo, Nebula, and the World Fantasy Awards. You must be wondering, what is a paper menagerie? Now, this is a picture from The Guardian, right? And here you can see animals trapped in cages. So a menagerie, traditionally the meaning of menagerie is a place where animals were kept and trained to perform in exhibitions, in circus, etc. And here we see Ken Liu reimagines the idea of a menagerie as a paper menagerie. Here perhaps the animals are not going to be living, breathing creatures as we see animals around us, but it's going to be with a twist. So what is it? Let's decode together. Now, to understand the story better, I have divided it into a total of 10 parts which will help you to understand the main events of the story. The first part, where the story begins, I have titled it as Origami Magic, where we see the love of a mother. We see over here the main character of the story, the protagonist Jack, is introduced. He is a biracial Chinese-American boy because his father is an American and his mother is a Chinese immigrant. And Jack's mother comforts him in his childhood with origami animals by bringing them to life. Just as you and I, we have played with toys in our childhood days. Similarly, how does Jack's mother entertain the little child Jack? By giving him origami animals, but these animals are literally paper animals which are living and breathing. Now it is at this time that Jack becomes very curious about the meeting of his parents in Hong Kong through something known as an introduction service. Now you must be wondering what exactly it is. In today's times, we see matrimonial sites, dating apps have opened up. Similarly, in those times, there used to be introduction services. So, Jack's mother had enrolled in one such introduction service, and it is through that she had met Jack's father, who was an American. And it was the translator. Now, Jack's father could not understand what exactly would be said by Jack's mother, so he had hired a translator, and it is through the translator that they would always interact, right? So there was no direct communication because both of them did not understand each other's language, and they would interact through the translator. So there you see how language was a barrier. It was like a gap that existed between his parents. Now there's a further new beginning because soon Jack's family moves to a new neighborhood. They do not like where they are residing and they move to a new locality, a new area. And Jack constantly has to hear gossip about his family from his neighbors. It happens. This is a typical tendency among people. They cannot keep their mouth shut. They have to keep commenting, talking about a new family who has settled in. Even if you are a newcomer in an unknown place, in a new office, in a new workplace, people are going to go on talking, and it is my advice to you to just ignore these people because they literally have no work. That's why they are doing that. Okay, that aside, now here it is that Jack meets a friend, a neighborhood boy rather, who is Mark, by the name of Mark, and it is at this time that there is the first instance of bullying that begins, because already the neighbors are gossiping about it, and added to that, Mark also in his own way starts bullying Jack. Now the neighborhood was already a new place. Jack needed a friend over here. But what does he get? He gets Mark, who is further bullying him, right? So what is his reaction to it? I told you should ignore people of this kind because they come in the way of your success. They do not let you reach new heights. But you need to have a conviction within yourself. Okay, enough of that gyan or bhashan. Okay, let's move ahead. So Jack over here, what is his reaction? He simply packs away his paper animals because he gets utterly disgusted at the way he is, he's not being able to find good company, and it leads to a gradual breakdown in communication with his mother. He's not even able to interact with his mother. That is the disgust he starts developing towards his mother. That is the outcome of bullying. So that's why in all schools, colleges, in every workplace, laws have come out that you cannot bully people. Now one fine day, Jack returns home from college and he realizes that his mother is hospitalized because she has been diagnosed with cancer and she is breathing her last. When he goes to meet his mother in the hospital, what is his mother's request? She requests him to remember her on the Quingming with her paper animals. Now what is Quingming? I'll just tell you. Now, Quingming is actually a festival, a traditional Chinese festival, often referred to as the Tomb Sweeping Day. And in this festival, people honor the memory of the dead and the deceased. It is a time for families to come together and pay their respect to their ancestors by visiting their graves and cleaning them. So that is what the mother is hinting at to Jack. Now after this, sadly, Jack's mother passes away and all that he's left with is the paper animals. Now Jack has a girlfriend by name of Susan, and one day when she was cleaning the house, she finds a box of paper animals, and then they both realize that the magic that the mother had of breathing life into these paper animals is gone. Jack realizes that when he takes out that box once again. But you know what? A miracle happens. 2 years later, on the Quingming Festival day, Jack's paper tiger comes to life. And then what does he discover? He discovers a hidden letter inside the tiger, which is addressed by his mother to Jack. It is at this time that the climax of the story takes place, because on reading the letter, Jack learns the heartbreaking story of his mother's life. That is, he learns about her journey from a poor Chinese family to a domestic slave in Hong Kong, and how she then immigrated to America, where she, through an introduction service, found Jack's father. After getting married, she got Jack as a gift, right? And after that, she was extremely happy. But in years to come, when they had shifted to the new neighborhood and when Jack had faced a lot of bullying, he had disregarded his mother, he stopped talking to her, and it had really hurt her. But this is the reality that she had been hiding from her child, and it is now by way of letter that she communicates it, because obviously there was a communication gap between Jack's mother and Jack as well because of the racial difference. But ultimately, what do we see? The story is about Jack's mother requesting for being understood. Jack's symbolic act of writing AI, that is love, on the letter shows he too had been able to understand his mother and reciprocate. But see, it was so late. The mother was no longer there with him. Folding the letter back into a tiger as a gesture of reconciliation, he has nothing else to do but to remember the mother as a fond memory, because that is all he has now, because mother is gone. The story ends with Jack rediscovering his connection with his mother, but now unfortunately it is only in memory. But at least we are assured that perhaps even if it is in the way of memory, the mother's soul will somewhere be at peace because she did her work. A mother's love is unconditional. It does not see any conditions. A mother is going to love you whether you like her, you dislike her, you talk to her, you don't talk to her, and it is proved by the way of this story as well. To help you understand the story better, I'm going to be making another video related to the themes of the story, and I will also be discussing in detail the character of Jack's mother, which will give you a clearer idea of the story. So do let me know in the comment section below if you want me to make another video on the Paper Menagerie. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.